Your salary will keep you broke. I tell this to my professional friends, colleagues, anybody in the 9 to 5 hustle. I say this all the time. Most times people think, oh, by the time I start earning a salary, I'm going to be rich, I'm good, everything. And then when they get that job, when they start earning that salary, it always doesn't work as planned. So here is me telling you if your entire financial plan depends on your next paycheck, you may be one job loss away from financial stress. I mean, ask anybody that's around you that's earning a salary. They always say it is not enough and they wish they had more. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the salary is not important. Salary is important. But I'm going to be sharing a few points with you as to why you need to understand or have the right kind of mindset and how you can stop getting in that fix of getting broke while earning a salary, right? So I'm going to tell you one thing. Salary is called an active income. It's known as an active income. So if you stop working, automatically your salary stops. You stop getting paid. Also, automatically your income stops, right? Or have if you worked at any job where you've stopped working and they still keep paying you salary, I'd like to know where that job is. I really like to sign up with that organization. But naturally, on realistic terms, if you stop working somewhere, you stop getting paid your salary. And that's why it's called active income. So the minute you stop acting in that company, the minute you stop working in that organization, the the logical thing to do is to stop paying you, you stop getting paid. So what happens when you're out of job? Automatically it means you can't take care of your bills anymore until you get another salary. Okay. Another point here you need to understand about why your salary keeps you broke is inflation keeps rising. And as much as inflation keeps rising in every part of the world, it doesn't necessarily mean your salary is going to increase as inflation is rising. Most times, many people earned or have been earning the same salary for years, no salary increment. So it doesn't necessarily mean because you're earning the salary means you're going to be rich. It doesn't necessarily mean because you're earning the salary you're going to be wealthy. And it also doesn't necessarily mean that if you're earning salary, you are not going to be broke because inflation is out of your control. And inflation is steadily rising in so many countries or has even risen past a very normal level for many people. So many salaries don't grow according to the way inflation is rising. In fact, inflation goes fast, salaries grow slowly, and expenses definitely will grow faster. You're going to get married, you're going to have kids. Okay, let's say you don't even get married, your bills at some point will definitely get charged at higher rates, especially when inflation comes into it. Another point here is you need multiple streams of income. I say this time without number. You need not to rely on only your salary. You have to have several means of income that can keep you safe. So that if you lose the active income, which is your salary, you have other passive incomes or assets that can take care of you pending when you find your feet again. So examples of multiple streams of income that I always recommend to my clients, to my friends and family, and anybody willing to listen is you need to get on the bus of investment, you need to get dividends, you need to start buying into businesses, and you need to own digital products. Basically, things you can sell that, an example would be some level of expertise you have, create it into an ebook. That's just one example. But digital products, you can do your research depending on your profession or your knowledge, the amount of knowledge you have, create digital products and sell them no matter how small. You can add them as passive income. And the thing with passive income is that there are things that help you to earn even while you are sleeping. But for jobs, you need to be awake, you need to be active, you need to do something because if you don't work, you don't get paid, you won't be able to feed yourself or probably pay your bills. Another thing you can use to earn multiple streams of income is royalties or consulting, or coaching. There's so many things you can do. You just need to be informed on the best line of action regarding to, your areas of strength, the things you know so well how to do. Teach other people how to do it and get paid for it. You can also turn your salary into assets. Don't spend on every salary increase you get. Just keep living according to your old salary. I know that that's difficult to do. It's easier said than done. Most times when people get salary increase, their standard of living also increases according to the salary. Use the extra on that salary increase to buy assets. If you don't have any other means of buying assets, I always advise you start buying assets and having investments slowly and little by little. If it's somehow find it impossible to do, when you get a salary increase or your next salary raise, the extra on your salary raise is what you should use to start buying assets. And I'm hoping that out of these points I've mentioned, you can better safeguard yourself to ensure that, God forbid, you lose your job or something happens or your income is not enough, you already know what to do to expand your wealth, diversify your wealth, and create other streams of income. In other words, salary is not enough. You need to also start looking into having multiple streams of income, not just one stream of income, which is your salary, but other streams of income, passive incomes that will not you don't have to go and resign from your job. So the examples of the passive incomes that I've given you are things you can run simultaneously while earning from your 9 to 5. So a salary can start your wealth journey. You can actually start your investments and buying assets from your salary. Of course, you have to cultivate healthy financial habits, learning how to save money, because it's from those monies you save you can now start buying assets to start building. Assets usually will help you start your wealth and your financial journey. And if you have any questions as to how you can start building those assets, how the best type of assets to invest in, I'd like you to drop your questions in the comment section. I'm always available to answer your questions, and of course any other areas you feel you want me to do a video on. And as usual, learn how to save, learn how to stop getting broke, make better financial decisions, build better financial habits, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Take care.